Well, hello everyone, Greg Scott Bailey here. Welcome back to my channel. We are on week 4 of the Marvel movie marathon, and week 4 is Thor. So Thor and Thor kind of was having some tongue twisters. I don't know how many times I've re-recorded this because of that, but here we go. So Thor stars Chris Hemsworth, Natalie Portman, Tom Hiddleston, Anthony Hopkins, Stellan Skarsgård, Kat Dennings, Clark Gregg, Colin Feore, Idris Elba, Ray Stevenson, Tadanobu Asano, I hope I said that right, Josh Dallas, Jamie Alexander, and Rene Russo. So, what a delightful cast. What a wonderful movie. I had a great time rewatching this over the years, and once again, rewatching it for this marathon and seeing the progression of movies from Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, and now Thor. There's a really nice, sweet build-up for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and Thor just continues that trend. So we only had to wait 1 year for Thor after Iron Man 2. We had to wait 2 years between Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, and Iron Man 2. So we got a little bit of a treat here where we finally get to watch a movie only a year later. We see the Marvel Cinematic Universe continuing, and as we saw in the end of Iron Man 2, the end credit scene, we saw that Agent Coulson, played by Clark Gregg, had found Thor's hammer. And then, of course, we find out in this movie why Thor's hammer is in the New Mexico desert. So this movie is kind of a way to have Thor kind of be humbled down. He's already he's already a great warrior. He's already got the potential to be a great fighter, a great leader as far as armies go. But if you're going to be a king of the nine realms, if you're going to take over for Odin someday, you need to be much more than just a great warrior. And what's wonderful about this movie is its simplistic nature of you take Thor, he screws up, he goes and he fights the frost giants, and he almost starts a war with them. So Odin says, "That's it. You're cast out. You're out of Asgard. Go to Earth, and until you've learned, learned better." And Thor does that. So Odin puts on the enchantment onto Thor's hammer, which is whoever wields this, if ye be worthy, shall wield the power of Thor. And I'm not probably exact on that, but that's the basics of it. Sends it to Earth, and then sends Thor to Earth without his powers. So Natalie Portman plays Jane Foster. Jane Foster is supposed to be what I feel like is the human connection to Thor. It kind of helps Thor try to have somebody to understand human beings, what they are. They're not just a simplistic people, but human beings, us, the audience watching. We need that connection to someone who is a god, who can do these things that we can't. And so the chemistry is okay. I feel that the love interest part is a little pigeonholed. I think Marvel was still learning their place as far as like not doing a lot of the tropes between every strong male warrior hero has to have a female semi-strong, semi-smart woman to win the day with and win the love and affection of with. Love and romance is great in movies, and chemistry is great when it happens, but when it feels pigeonholed, it's a little hard to follow sometimes. But as far as like what Natalie Portman was given as far as material goes, I really actually enjoy Jane Foster. I know a lot of folks don't. I know more people enjoy Jane Foster in the comics than they do in the movie version. Kat Dennings and Stellan Skarsgård playing Eric Selvig and Darcy Lewis, respectively. They make up for the scientific team that Thor interacts with, and it's a really just kind of a nice little well, it's a humble interaction. It is a way for Thor to actually get a nice little like, hello, you don't have your powers. You're a simple person now. This is all you're going to be able to do. So it was just they're a nice team to work with. Kat Dennings, of course, is kind of the comedic approach to the human side of things, whereas Loki, we'll get to more of him later. Loki is the comedic approach to the gods side. Um, One thing that I like about this is it's all on a little bit of a backdrop of the Agents of Shield, led by Clark Gregg in this case. Uh, they put down the government seal of bringing in all of the special ops people and sealing off the area for Thor's hammer. They bring in that premise of like, okay, the government's here, we're going to take over, we're going to regulate everything, and we're going to figure out what this thing is that we can't remove from the rock, Thor's hammer, Mjolnir. And in the case of the characters, we understand why the characters are reserved and why they don't trust the government. In our case, we're starting to see the back end of where the Shield agents are trying to help prevent any of these extraordinary things from harming the people of Earth. And so it's really nice. Once again, we get a treat with Clark Gregg as Agent Coulson. Um, there's a fun little line in there where they're asking if a big, huge creature is one of Stark's machines, and Clark Gregg says, "I don't know. He doesn't tell me anything." Um, so I'm going to touch up on Loki here real quick. Loki, wonderful job played by Tom Hiddleston to the T. He pulls off such a wonderful character that has these emotional back and forth nature of wanting to appease his father's, to get his father's love. But he does it in a way, he's the god of mischief for a reason, because he has that angst, he has that turmoil. Thor is going to be the king of the nine realms. He is not the next in line. Loki is not the next in line. So he's frustrated by this. He wants to prove his worth to his father, but in a roundabout way, him proving his worth is manipulating and harming people, and that leads inevitably to what we find out is, the reason why Thor wants to fight the frost giants, the reason that Thor gets cast out. And so what's really nice is Thor still needed that moment. It was a moment of love in Odin's eyes to cast him out and teach him how to be humble. It was a way for Loki, of course, to try to seize power, and him, in his own way, he had to also learn kind of his place in the world, and not just like putting him in his place. He finds out the true origins of where he came from, and so it's just a really nice story. It's not just about Thor, but this movie is also about Loki. Idris Elba plays a really wonderful role of Heimdall, the gatekeeper to the Nine Realms. He can help transport everybody to where they need to go. We know it as an Einstein-Rosen bridge or a wormhole, but in this case, he can actually control it from Asgard off the Rainbow Bridge. And who would have thought a rainbow bridge would have looked cool? Oh my God, they pulled that off in spades too. So Asgard looks wonderful. The effects are wonderful. Going to the New Mexico desert, I'm sure, made it a cost-effective movie when they're not on Asgard and not doing a lot of digital technology to enhancements. But no, Thor is wonderful. The Frost Giants world was really nice. So I think all the characters pull this off. I think that Kenneth Branagh directed the hell out of this movie. It was a really wonderful treat. I recommend watching Thor. I watched it almost every year, nonstop, every few weeks or so, maybe once a month, since it came out for digital release. And so I highly recommend it. So, what do you think? Did you like Thor? Have you seen it before? Did you hopefully see it before you saw my review? Because all my stuff's recaps and reviews. I'm hoping you guys are all watching this stuff before you see my videos. Thanks for stopping by my channel. I really appreciate it. We are now above 152 subscribers, but now thanks to YouTube's new policy, I now have to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of view time before I can have everything monetized. So just a real quick plug there. If you haven't subscribed already, do me a favor, hit subscribe. If you want to get notified when I put something new up, hit the little bell next to the subscribe button. Hit thumbs up on this video. Let me know what you like, what you dislike about these reviews. Of course, week 5, we're going to have a real treat for you. So I look forward to doing Captain America, the First Avenger, on next week's episode. And of course, at the end of Thor, we also get to see a treat with Captain America, and we get to lead up to the First Avenger. So I'm really excited to see where this all goes. So thanks again for everybody stopping by my channel, and also, as always, we will see you on the next adventure.